My boyfriend got mad when I confronted him about pocketing my rent money, saying it wasn't my business, but I feel deeply hurt because his parents all knew and I didn't, and now I'm questioning our entire relationship. Posted by u/throwerturnip978. So, my boyfriend, 30M, and I, 27F, have been together for 5 years. We live on a property my boyfriend's dad is renting. His mom and dad live in one house on the property, and we live in the other. When we moved in, he told us the rent was $1,600 for the house, so $800 each for my boyfriend and me. A steal, I know. However, I just found out that my boyfriend and his dad came to an agreement at the start of the lease last spring. His dad would pay our rent in full, and the money I pay my boyfriend for rent, which I had presumed he would pass along to his dad, my boyfriend could keep. He said they wanted to help him out by paying his rent and his car while he lived here with them, so this was how they thought to do it. I immediately felt betrayed for not being involved in knowing about this, but I also felt like it was a bit unethical because I wasn't aware of where my rent money was going. I had been suspicious for a while, but I finally had the courage to ask. He admitted it, and my stomach sank. His first reaction was to be mad at me for being upset about it. His point of view is that they didn't tell me because it's not my business, since I'm paying rent regardless. Therefore, if his dad wants to give him $800 a month for his car and also pay his rent to help him, this is a less roundabout way of doing it. He just keeps the $800 I'm sending for rent. He said, in essence, it isn't my money, since it's rent money, so I shouldn't care where it ends up. He also said his dad asked him to keep it between him and his parents, so he was put in a weird position. I can see how this logically makes sense, but I can't help but feel like I've been paying him $800 a month to keep, without my knowledge. I'm not upset about his parents helping him, that is between them, and I don't want to have my rent covered either. I'm grateful for the cheap rent and believe I should be paying rent. It's just the dishonesty, and the fact that he just transferred my rent money into his bank account without telling me for a year, that feels so wrong to me. We split everything else equally, like groceries, utilities, and internet, except the occasional date night where he pays. I'm close with his family and frequently have them over for dinner, so it hurts that they all knew something I didn't. I have a full-time job and a side job. My boyfriend is self-employed but doesn't make too much from that. I don't typically mind, but I would like us to be more open with each other about finances. I don't know how to move forward from this, even though I want to be understanding and kind to him. He says it's a nuanced situation and that I should know he isn't the type of person to steal from me. He's apologized for the dishonesty but still doesn't see the issue. The relationship hasn't been perfect, but it has been worth staying in for 5 years. I just don't know how to get rid of this gut feeling that this situation doesn't sit right with me. Plus, rent was due yesterday, and I haven't paid him yet. Is this grounds for a breakup, or can we work through it? If so, how? Or is it truly none of my business? Any advice is so appreciated. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. I am confused. Boyfriend's dad is renting a property that has 2 houses but is paying rent for each of the houses separately, or subletting one? Are you sure boyfriend's dad doesn't just own the entire property? I would bet boyfriend's dad doesn't expect any rent for the house, and boyfriend just told that story to get money from Op. No, it's like a big property with 2 small houses, and their business is on it. He rents the entire plot of land, he doesn't own it. Each house used to have its own rent along with the business spot, but now he just rents all 3 in one big lease. Commenter 1. So there is technically no $1,600 in rent to pay if he rents the entire property. It's just you paying $800 to your boyfriend. Dad isn't actually putting out any extra money for rent. He would be paying the same amount even if you and the boyfriend weren't there, since he rents the entire property. You are being scammed. Commenter 2. Before you knew this, would you have described your relationship as having no real secrets? Has it changed how you view him or your relationship as a whole? Consider, if you were in a different rental agreement, and his parents were helping him financially without being involved in the rental agreement, and he doesn't tell you, do you feel the same way? Do you feel like your relationship should be past the not sharing important information stage? Do you feel betrayed? Does his remorse match your feelings? These are good questions. I would say there were no real secrets before, but this has changed how I view the relationship as a whole, with him and the one I had with his parents too. After 5 years, I really felt like family, not a stranger. I don't think I'd feel the same way if my rent money wasn't involved at all. I do feel our relationship is past the stage of not sharing financial info. We've discussed marriage. I do feel betrayed. His remorse doesn't match my feelings. He's trying to dust it under the rug and move on from it, because he doesn't see it as a big deal. Update 1, 6 weeks later. I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years now. He's a content creator and posts 2 to 3 times a year when certain products are released. I have a 9-to-5 job that is in my passion. I work from home, about 35 hours a week, 40 on a hard week, and I have a side job related to my full-time job that takes about 10 to 15 hours a month. I love my job, although it can be stressful at times, but it's ultimately what I want to be doing. And I really don't think I overwork or prioritize it more than other things. I've always been super open about finances, but my boyfriend has not, which I respected and didn't push after some unpleasant conversations about money. I thought as long as he had it together, I was okay with it. I recently found out that he is getting help from his parents on rent and his car payment, so I'm the only one paying rent essentially, and he hasn't made a livable wage from his content creation since around COVID. That's why he needs the help. When he isn't making content, which is about 3 weeks out of the year, he's doing whatever he wants all day long. We've been living together for 2 years now, and it's frustrating that he hasn't tried to find another source of income and is okay just taking help from his parents. He's not a 9-to-5 type of person, and that's okay, but I would like him to do something. We were arguing recently over the financial situation, and he told me that my job is taking away from my ability to be 100% present in our relationship, and that it doesn't benefit him at all. He thinks the time I spend working, and then the carryover after work, whether it's stress or tiredness, is affecting us negatively. He also said he doesn't benefit from me having this job. I disagree, since I'm the only one actually affording rent and our split household costs like groceries. He also said that if my focus was 100% on our household, then our house, between both of us, would be spotless. I'll admit I'm messier, occasionally leaving my coffee mug and breakfast dishes in the sink until after work, or not getting a chance to clean the litter box during my workday. I also have ADHD, so I let laundry pile up and my office get cluttered, but I'm working on it and always make sure our common area is tidy. I think this is normal, but he sees it as a lack of investment on my part. For the record, no, he doesn't do more of the housework than me, other than vacuuming the house 1 to 2 times a day. But dishes, bathrooms, everything else we split. I do most of the cooking too. He basically told me that he doesn't regret not having had a job for the past 2 years because we were able to spend a lot of time together, and that I'm ungrateful for not seeing the things he does for me, like make me the occasional breakfast or coffee during work. I am grateful for these moments, but in my opinion, now is when we should be working to build a life together, which involves financial contribution from both parties. I honestly would have preferred less time together the past 2 years if it meant we could talk about marriage, buying a house, or having kids in a realistic way now. Given that I'm supporting myself on about $60,000 a year and he isn't contributing anything else, it scares me. He said he never wants to be the person that work takes away from their family or who prioritizes work over their family. He's raised the concern that if we had kids, I'd be distracted by my job. I had working parents growing up, and it just makes sense to me that I'd be able to have both without being villainized. His belittlement of my job is hurtful, because he knows it's my dream job in a super competitive field. I care about it, but I also do prioritize our home the rest of the time. I feel like he doesn't understand, since he's never had a normal job. He's been working on creating an app that he says can bring us a lot of money in the future, and he's upset that I'm not being super supportive of it. Honestly, I am supportive and am happy he's so invested in this project, but I wanted him to find a steadier source of income first. Is this just a difference in values that we can work through, or does it sound like a deal breaker? Edit to add, I forgot an important detail. He said he had to work on his mental health for the past few years, which is why he didn't seek a job sooner as well. This made me feel bad, because I am empathetic to his mental health struggles, but he never shared this with me. So, from my point of view, it looks like a lack of care or effort. Update 2 months later. I'm moving out. I got approved for an apartment this weekend and am excited to have the space to gain my own perspective and clarity. We're staying together for now and we'll see how it goes when I move out. I think he's seeing it as an opportunity for me to regret moving out and come back to him, but I want it to be an opportunity for him to get his life together and build a life with me. I'm aware it's unlikely things work out how I'm hoping, but I think whether we break up or stay together, moving out is my best next step. Thank you to everyone who gave advice and validated how I was feeling. It's a weird situation, and after a lot of therapy and thinking, I'm okay with the fact that I don't have to keep playing a game with rules I don't understand. Edit to add, we'd only lived in the house for about a year when I found out about the rent. We haven't lived here together the whole 5 years of the relationship.